A few years ago, I just got home from work and decided to look for some girl on Tinder to go out the night. It was 7 p.m. at Friday, so I matched with the girl who was mentioning things related to smoking weed in the profile description, so I decided to start a conversation with her about that. After a few minutes talking, she told me that she really liked to smoke weed Tata day, and that day she was without any of it. As she lived near to my neighborhood, I decided to call her out that night to eat something, drink some beers, and later smoke weed in my car. She accepted and sent me her WhatsApp. And the location where she was, it was like 3 kilometers away from my home. So I took a shower, changed my clothes, got in the car, put her location on the GPS, and went towards her. I took a while to find her on the street, but after a few attempts, I found her walking to a friend on the sidewalk. I honked. She recognized me and then entered the car. After she got in the car, I tried to start a conversation with her, and strangely, she didn't say anything at all. I was basically talking alone all the time. She rarely said something or said okay, but and sometimes agreed, shaking her head, and that's all. At the moment, I thought, well, she must be shy and a problem, and I took her to the snack bar. I tried to talk with her while we were eating, and she didn't say anything. She just ate and nothing more. Then I finally gave up and stopped talking also. After eating some snacks and drinking some beers, in absolute silence, I invited her to smoke a joint in my car. She said okay, and we went to the deserted street where I parked the car. After that, I sat with her in the back seat and we smoked together. At the time, I thought, I hope this will make her more relaxed and maybe she start talking a bit. After some puffs, she looked more relaxed, but still quiet. When we eventually kissed each other and we had sex in the car, the weird part is, while we were having sex, she started behaving very, really weird and started scaring me a bit, like looking me directly in the eyes with the angry expression, as if she was not the same person anymore. When that happened, I just thought she was just high or something and did not care about that much because I was also high. Then after that, I just left her at the same point where I found her. I think her house was in that street, and after that, I went home to my house. When that happened, I just thought she was just high or something and did not care much because I was also high. Then after that, I just left her at the same point where I found her. I think her house was in that street, and after that, I went to my home. The next day, when I was sober, I was thinking about her facial expression while she. I was thinking about her facial expression while we were in the car, and found it all that very strange. She grabbed my head with both hands and was staring at me in the eyes with bizarre expression of anger. Her eyes were really wide open, and her mouth was like she was kind of smiling. Anyway, I decided to follow her on social media, Instagram and Facebook to know more about her. And most of her posts were really random and weird stuff. Like, for example, a lot of pictures of a cardboard sheets with random phrases written in really bad English. We are from Brazil, and here we only speak Portuguese. Like, for example, I love where you, hard guard, us kill him, where will us, we continue. Each sheet full of random stuff like that. The one day she started talking a lot of stuff about her personal life on Instagram stories, that she had a baby that she loved, that she was enjoying to be again in the Umbanda, an African religion that is quite common here in Brazil, that she was happy to be talking again with her grandmother who was already dead. Then she talked something that made me understand everything that happened that night in my car. She said that whenever she was high, she got possessed by a spirit of her grandma, and she really enjoys that. So I connected the dots that I realized that she probably was under the influence of her grandma that night when I met her. After that, she started posting pictures of her face on Instagram that looked really scary, like she was possessed by a spirit or something. In one of her pictures, her jaw was really wide open, as if it is broken, and her eyes were all white. It looked similar to this pic. Well, after seeing all of that stuff, I decided to unfollow her on all social media and block her number so she cannot contact me anymore. I'm not sure if she is just inventing all that stuff, but to be honest, I am not really interested to contact her again and find out the truth.